Hello, my name is Ben O'Connell, and this is a presentation of my capstone project for devCodeCamp, which was a 14-week full-stack software development program. A little about myself. I have a degree in animation. Did not pursue a career in it. I became an industrial sewer, making these things called geotextile tubes, which are essentially big bags used to clean out rivers, lakes, and ponds. And these things are anywhere from 20 feet long to 350 feet long. Cool, unique little business. Um, about 6 years ago, I became the fabrication manager, oversaw all of fabrication. I really enjoyed the job. I enjoyed the different challenges of it. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about managing my team, um, about customer service, creating unique solutions, and uh, the shipping industry, and a whole lot of stuff. And really, the big thing I enjoyed the most was just the challenge of, here are our orders, here when they need to be out the door, and I got to anticipate all the potential problems and make sure we get those out the door on time. And those problems could anywhere be from equipment breaking down to personnel not showing up and all those different types of issues. But I felt like I kind of learned everything I could in that position, and the career paths available to me in that industry just didn't really interest me that much. And yeah, so a career change I felt was necessary, and software made a lot of sense to me. In my heart, I'm a creator. I like creating things, animation, sewing, and now software. At the end of the day, I want to be able to see what I made and interact with it and be proud of it, and that's important to me. And also, software, I'm never going to be bored. There's always going to be something for me to learn, something to dive into to improve myself, and that's important to me when I was starting my search for a new career. Uh, about this project itself, it was a 10-day sprint. Really about 7.5 for me because unfortunately it's peak flu season and I got the bug. This is tech-wise, it's a React front end with FullCalendar IO for the order management page, and it's a Django REST framework backend. Uh, so the application itself, it is for my sister-in-law's home bakery. She bakes in her home, and she's incredibly talented and incredibly in demand. And sometimes she overbooks herself. So really, this is all about her managing her orders and have customers having a way to submit orders and have those orders rejected or accepted by Lisa. So here, right off the bat on the landing page, um, this is a Fox logo I drew for her, and overall the color scheme for this application, I went with dark muted blues and some green and pink highlights. The dark muted colors to really make her cakes and cookies really pop when you're viewing them on the page. I really wanted them to stand out and show how amazing her stuff is. At the top, we have cakes, cupcakes, cookies, other goodies. This links down to the different sections below. Link to the Instagram, and then a link to the order page. So if we scroll down, we get to the first section with cakes. All these sections are going to be essentially the same. At the top, we'll have a link to the order page. A couple of them will have menu, and then the rest, all of them will have a link to their Instagram page to see more examples. The menu just pulls up all the different options. This is also to reduce the back and forth between Lisa and her customers. Here are all the options. You have all the information you need to make an order. Um, One thing that I would like to iterate on, if I had to continue further, is to add like a button down here to pop up a modal to show more classic cakes. What constitutes a classic cake? So there's more examples. Instead of just a generic link to Instagram, just a link to here's a bunch of classic cakes, here's a bunch of deluxe cakes, and here's our Lisa's best. Just so the customer has confidence in, this is the level of cake that I'm going to be ordering, or in my head what it should be. And we'll scroll down. It's all the same stuff. Cupcakes, cookies. These she's known for these. These aren't some of her best actually. If I go back, I want to get some better ones here. She makes some really amazing, intricate designs. Yeah, she's crazy talented. And we get down to the goodies section. Again, it's all kind of the same. Oh, another thing I didn't quite go over. So like for the different levels, the whole idea is a classic cake, simple design, simple flavors. Deluxe cake, either a complex flavor or complex design. Lisa's best is you get a complex flavor and a complex design. We'll get into in just a second the order page. So we can go to the order page. It pops up here. First, you got to log in to be able to order. I'm already logged in, and because my account is a staff account, this Manage Orders button is also here that takes you to the Manage page. Customers would not see that. So we get down to the order here. We can just go ahead and add a cake. Like I said before, the different levels of different options. So the classic cake, very few filling options. But if we go to the deluxe cake, a lot more options. Future iteration here. Not necessarily future iteration, but for something me to consider as I make more projects. This works, but my solution, I will admit, is not the most elegant. I feel like I could have done it in a better way, and I think really it came down to the database was the issue. So something I need to look at in the future is how I structure my databases. But I am happy with how this works in the grand scheme of things. So we can go ahead and make a cake. We can let's make a chocolate cake with a chocolate buttercream frosting, and let's do the raspberry filling. Then we'll make it a small cake, and we'll have it. Let's make it a Hulk themed cake. Hulk smashing a car on top. Marvel party. And do you have some validation here? Need to select the date before we can do it, and we'll select the 18th. Also have validation in when you make a product, you need to fill out all the different categories. So we hit the submit order. It'll ask us to confirm. This is the same list as over there, and then you can pop up the details of that item. And when you're satisfied, you hit confirm order, and this window pops up. And this ties into the workload management. When you submit an order, you'll get a message saying that either it will be, Lisa doesn't have a lot going on, she'll probably be able to accept it, or it's a busy week and there's a chance that she might not be able to accept it. It's easier to hear a no if you're anticipating the possibility of a no. Just to make it easier for Lisa to tell people, I'm sorry, I can't take your order at this time. So again, here it is. So we can go to the Instagram, or we can go to new order. We'll do the new order. Then we go to the manage order page. The order we just created here is in the pending orders. Here's all the accepted orders, and then here's all the rejected orders. On the left here, this is the total work time. So on the selected date, right now it's selecting the week of the current day. But if we were to click on a day in this week, it will tell us that the total work time for that week between all these orders is 9, and the customers are getting the message will likely be able to fulfill this order for that week. Now if you click on this week, it's a pretty busy week. She may not be able to accept this order. Now you're wondering, so yes. When you get to the calendar here, you can you can click on the orders, which will pull up all that order information down here. And the same thing for here. So I'm looking at this order. I'm going to click on this one, and I can see, okay, it's just an order for 1 round cake. I know that's a busy week, but that's not too much. I can fit it, so I'm going to accept it, which will put it on the calendar, or I can change my mind, that's not happening, and I can reject it, and I'll put in the reject pile. And also you can click on, you can always do pending and reject, just like normal there. In the management section, in the order manager, you can pull up the order details. You can change a date. I'd be like, actually this is going to be the 26th, not the 27th. Click Save Changes, and then it changes to the 26th. Future iteration here, there's no confirmation that changes were successful. After I would like to add a modal to pop up to show that it was successful. You can edit the items of an order. Future iteration here, add the ability to add an item to an order, and also the ability to add an order. If say she would get one very verbally or through text, or through Facebook, give her the ability to add an order. Right now, she would have to go to the order page and do the order through that instead of just creating it all on this page. Also here is the product manager. She can go in and change the details of each product, the work time associated with that product, and the price of that product. Another iteration that I like to do in the future is a search functionality. Don't have that right now. Be able to search by customer, cookies and all that kind of stuff to see what she's made in certain time frames and all of those good um, important information that you should look up the search bar. Another iteration, I'm not necessarily entirely happy with how this works. So for January, so this is displaying the orders for January, which works, except for I need to see the orders for February. I click on February, and it's just kind of awkward when you're doing the week where you kind of have to go back and forth. I think there's probably a better solution for that. Yeah, there's just this small, just to give Lisa more tools is generally what I'd want to continue working on for this manage page. So yeah, that is my application. Thank you for watching. I hope you got a good idea of who I am and what I'm capable of. And I just look forward to creating new things as I go forward with my career transition. So again, thank you for watching and see you later.